In this video today, by the end of it, you're going to understand how to keep a weapon level and how to do the one-shot drill and get comfortable understanding that first shot is the most important shot. What we need to really get our head around is we need to make sure that we've got the gun up in our line of sight and not looking below our line of sight. Let me show you what I got here. I got a Glock 19 this morning. We want to make sure the gun's up in our line of sight and when we cut the shot. Now look at this. This is what most people do. Is let's say I'm aiming at the camera. I'm going to bend at my waist to put it there. A lot of people do this and turn their wrist to get it there. And if the weapon's at an angle, it's only going to shoot at an angle. So we want to make sure we get the weapon level. I want you to imagine, guys, that you have a pole between your hips and you bend on that pole. It's very imperative in this drill that we get a good, crisp trigger engagement. We got a good grip on the gun. We're driving it properly and letting that gun just cycle, and then we're going to move on. For right-handed shooters, I want you to work left to right, and for the left-handed shooters, I want you to work right to left. And the idea of this drill is we're going to do one shot here, one shot here, one shot here, one shot here. You see it's a white piece of paper. What's going to happen is we're going to use the bullet holes of the original, the ones we make, as targets for the next couple. So let's see what we can do with this morning. It's early. I've had a couple sips of coffee. That's about it. So we'll see exactly how it goes. So I've set the camera up for us, right over our shoulder, I think. And let's go ahead and start this. Now this drill can be done a couple different ways. You can physically put one round in the magazine at a time, or you can put 5 in it, but don't do more than 5 in the magazine. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to put the rounds together and get a good cadence, good speed, and make sure the weapon is level. Magazine in. You can start this drill, guys, at about 3 yards is what I'd recommend. Put it out in front of us. Got my muffs on. I'm bouncing on my knees a little bit. Got my feet shoulder width apart. I'm feeling comfortable. I'm going to squeeze good with my hand. I'm using the tip of my finger. I'm cutting this shot. Oh, look at that one. All right, so there's my one-shot drill. Not great, because I didn't stay on line very well. I dropped my arms. Now the idea of this is what's this telling me? What this is telling me in the one-shot drill is, look, if this was my original shot, I had the gun at a different angle here. I had my sights alignment a little higher here. I most likely got excited here in the target, and I'm back close to this edge here. So let's go back and do that again and kind of work on the fundamentals to kind of keep my grip tight. What you want to do basically, if you put 5 rounds of the gun at a time, is you just want to slide with your waist here. Think about yourself being a turret. The top of the tank is called a turret, and that just goes 360. Well, obviously we can't go 360, but we want to keep it up here, so as we roll it, it stays in the same spot. You can tell right off the bat that that right there was excitement. Let's see if we can do it again. Don't shoot the Glock 19 an awful lot, but we want to keep it up in our line of sight. I'm using the holes that are already there to give me another shot to go through it. Those are like my targets. That kind of helps. Now that shows now that I'm aiming the weapon, it's physically going where I'm pointing. And this is the whole idea of this drill. We need to have confidence in the weapon to know if I were to put a shot out there, I'm able to put the same shot there the second time. And that's kind of what we're looking for. You know, a lot of people don't have the confidence when they engage a trigger to know it's going to impact. And a lot of time why that happens is because they're inaccurate with their pistol, or they're pulling the trigger, or the grip's off, or anything else like that. So we really want to think about staying behind the gun, keep it up in our line of sight, and slowly press the trigger. Let's see if we can do this one more time. Not bad. They're staying together. It's hard when you don't have something to aim at. Think about this. Bad guy standing in front of you. He doesn't have that little red dot and an X on there. So we need to be comfortable enough to take this weapon, where I'm pointing it is where the impact is going to be. And that's kind of what we're working on here today. We're working on a slow, continuous press, getting that trigger back as slow as I can, keeping my grip good, and controlling the weapon. This is a good way to take your time at the range and keep the weapon level. So if we get further along in this drill, your group shouldn't get much wider than what you're doing there. We kind of work on that 3-inch circle idea. The more we have control of the weapon, less movement we're going to get. Now what I'm doing, guys, is when I drive this weapon out, I'm taking some of that Glock 19's slack out of that trigger, which to allow me to get closer. Now I used the Glock 19 this morning because it's not the greatest trigger in the world. I could have used the Smith & Wesson Equalizer. I shoot that superly well, but I thought I'd do it with this one just to see how I did. We don't edit these videos as far as my marksmanship. I don't want you guys to think I'm a super excellent marksman. I just can help you become one. I don't think I need. If you take any of these shots here today, guys, and I was aiming center mass at a bad guy in high stress, would that have won? Would that have won? Would that have won? That's what we're looking for. We're just looking for confidence to know when I put the weapon out in front of me, it's going to go exactly where I'm aiming. And that's one of the challenges for most students. They don't have the confidence to know where the impact is going to happen. And every drill we give you allows you to control the weapon, look to the side, and cut the shot. 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 Now, if you can see, when you start running the gun a little faster, your groups are getting better and better and better. And that's sort of like what happens at the range. When you put 5 rounds in the magazine, you're able to control those 5 shots. When you're at the range putting 15 rounds in, you can't control it very often. I want you to give this drill a try. I think it's something you can add and have some fun at the range. Shooting's not complicated, it's complex. We got it all together. It's so important for us. As a firearms instructor who's been doing this an awful long time, students' confidence is the big deal. So the more confidence you have when you pick the weapon up, the bullet's going to impact where you're aiming, is a key result for you guys. This one-shot drill works out really well for you because it does give you that ability to understand what you're doing. You can see pretty decent groups. They're not on top of each other, but as defensive shooters, we don't need them cloverleafing. I want the bullets to go where I want them to go, and that's the key thing in a defensive situation. What can you do with this drill? Once you get really, really comfortable, you can pull from the holster and get that one shot out. Because which shot in this magazine is the most important? That's why we shoot 5 at a time, guys, because the first 5 in a magazine is the most important. As a firearms instructor that specializes in you, I want to give you something. We offer a free ebook to you. What's the ebook's about? Grip, stance, trigger control, sight picture, sight alignment, everything to allow you to do this. Those books are normally $3.99. We got them on sale for $2.99. If you want one of those books, click the description down below, put one in the cart, put free ebook at checkout, and it's yours for free. Now, those books are only $2.99. If you want to add a few more to the cart, I'm okay with that. I have a free webinar coming up about non-resident concealed carry. It's free. It tells you why you should get it. If you want information about it, comment below, free. And the cool thing about the Florida concealed carry permit, non-resident, is you're able to carry in 30 states. It's simple to get. It's low cost. Everything's online. You don't need to come to Florida. My question to you is, why don't you have it? I want you to check out this next video I got coming up that's going to give you the proper grip. It's going to talk all about grip and why it's important. Until next time, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line defense.